Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Let's see something real quick. One highlight. What's going on? We got back with another one. Back with another one. I was supposed to do this last week. I didn't get a chance to. Yeah, I'm in my backyard. This porch right here. Um, let's see some share. Start a poll. Let's see something going. It's a little weird how they have it. Yeah, let's start with I know it's early in the morning, but it's like 10 something. I'm chilling. I'll deal with that later. I mean, it's in the morning. It's like 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I want to get this real quick. I was supposed to talk about this last week. It was raining last week because, it's a little wet and a little damp out here. But it's sunny, it's off and on, thunderstorms. But it's not going to be like that. It's going to probably be in the end of the week. But one thing I can say about these past last weeks, I mean, shouts to the world class, man. He's been destroying these clowns. He's destroying Fenty Boy and all them. Fenty Boy couldn't even handle himself, bro. But I've been looking at a lot of my old stuff lately. Last week, I've posted my comeback since on the 17th, and I'm glad y'all enjoyed that stream. I'm glad y'all enjoyed that pre-record. I just need to take that 2 weeks break, but I said I was gonna say it last week. And I said I wasn't gonna promise you anything because I didn't know if I was gonna stream, but it was raining. Thank goodness I took that break for not doing it last week because I knew I had to talk about it today or whatever. So most of these spaces I've heard, and World Class said something very particular. And we said this 3 years ago, and I saw an old stream of mine. It's called "What's Really Good." Now, the reason for that stream, it was just random. I heard all the individuals on that stream. Everybody had points. We had a long, so that's 11 hour video. It was a lot more than that. But if y'all watch it, if y'all knew, watch it, and we dropped some gems in that. So long, put it in your watch laters or whatever. Take some time, and we dropped a lot of science on that. There's a reason why we did that. And there's a reason why I did that because I felt like I need to talk about these spaces very clearly. They're actually, if you want to talk about the Matrix, yeah, it was created by somewhat of a female, but she probably got it from a dude that was black or scholars and things like that. What's going on, APT? Salutes. What's going on, Tampa? And we'll talk about these sorry ass spaces. They're actually hijack the original, what you would say like a manosphere space. Because Red Pill back then, when I was coming up, it was it was minute. All right, everybody had their own little space. There was no MRA, none of that. That was outside shit. Everybody was in the conscious community. But if you really want to get technical, like when I came on YouTube at 19 from 2007, my old channel, you didn't hear Manosphere at that time. You heard it somewhere around '08. And I think Wacky and Soul and Black broke it down how they did it, but I was following different people at this time. This is when I wasn't really entrenched with the knowledge then. So I was on the path, but this is the years when I was a Christian. Did that shit for 2 years. Left in '09. I was like, what, 21? When I was dating this old girl, and she was a mess too. She was broken. Yes, she was molested at 8 years old, out in the field at 8. And the relationship went sour. I broke it off. But I had that red pill mindset. And I think a lot of people was like, sir, what do you mean by these spaces blue pill? Well, they are the whole time. They was never red pill. I explained about the 2 point, well, Wacky would say 2 point whole manosphere. They act like little girls and P files. Shouts out to World Class saying it. And I want to tell him this. The reason why I preach 1.0 was better than these niggas is because we live that lifestyle. We live that lifestyle. What's going on? And we live that lifestyle of abundance. Now, some people have different lifestyles and whatever, and we're trying to survive out here. Red Pill was at that time, if you're talking about the original Mansour or conscious community, we was trying to survive the system. We fought against everything, not just feminism, no matter who you vote for. Because what I say about this election, I try to tell you, it's a circus era. They had this design. Now, your boy got assassination attempt, right? Me personally, from the optics of the people that he worked for, yes, he was a Democrat. I don't fuck with him either. He's a bad choice. A lot of people say the woman's a bad, of course, because of Biden, but it don't matter because these females gonna vote for her anyway. No matter what color females that we're talking about. You can't pick one color. No, this is gonna be all of them. She's already got the Latin vote. So a lot of Latino women will vote for her. A lot said they wouldn't vote for her. Yeah, they would. That's what they're aiming for. And I know this is perfect because she's ethnic. She's not fully, our complexion, but I'm not mad because that's gonna put pressure on the old boy. A lot of people say it ain't gonna put pressure on. Yes, it would, because he can beat Biden. And if he would have said he would have beat Biden. But whoever she picks as VP is gonna be dangerous because the people in the so-called Holy Land, they do not want him in the military. I don't care about economics. Economics should be fixed overnight by those people. But here's how you have to look at it. This is a utilitarian society. And I mentioned these spaces always been blue pill. They always preach utilitarianism. And I figured it out why they try to steal the red pill. Well, the red pill spaces at the time when Wacky and myself, I was followers of Sergeant Willie P and all them guys, we was teaching real shit going against the system. Then there was a group of us individuals, the Israelites, myself and Elder Young One. It was dangerous in the day. I didn't get into it like 2011. At 23, found my awakening. And we was wreaking havoc on the internet. We was doing the same thing, being men, ignoring these hoes, and we lived the lifestyle, man. We was doing through off the internet. There was no live streams, none of that stuff. We was just doing it. But these guys after us, after 2014, are dangerous because there was a gateway, streaming. And streaming is the downfall of the so-called red pill space we used to have. And it was a real space, but it was hidden, it was unknown. But now it's been hijacked by these Masons and these weirdos. Now everybody's been surveilled. And I just saw Math Office bullshit with Zip. I'm gonna break this all down. We're gonna talk about the filthy section, which they call the dirty section. It's actually the filthy section. Nori had to correct Math. No, that's the filthy section, Math. That boy Zip is accurate. He did some years. I believe him because why you know all this stuff? Because he got people that's connected to him. They never said nothing bad about him. It's just a lot of turncoats, like 10 and all them. I never liked 10 Toes Down. I never liked him. And he's just like these guys I see in these spaces. And I think World Class was talking about these guys that are weird, and they are weird. But it's designed that way. You can notice we're in mainstream media. You can't really say nothing to a utilitarian society people. And it's blue pill. It's always had the blue pill feel because you can't have a red pill space on YouTube because it's bad for business. They do not want guys like me talking. But you got others like me, similar to me, is speaking for me through their content. And I respect World Class and everybody else doing it. And I'm glad it's saying it because it's declining. Now, I do believe Kamala is dangerous in some aspects to certain people. I ain't saying she's the dangerous. I'm saying she's the least dangerous because number one, I don't know who a candidate is going to be VP. It's going to be very interesting because, Trump picked his, and a lot of people think he's going to win. I don't think so because you got to remember, Republicans will vote against her. They're dirty. I wouldn't trust the Republican Party. If I was a so-called Trump supporter, I wouldn't even think about going to the polls because they're going to rig it for you anyway. And that's just another term for them anyway. Democrats are desperate, yes. But to be fair, can we say about him? Yes. The two-party system is finished. But what it goes to show you, the so-called white man knows is over. He knows that putting a female in there to shut them up, they got to do something drastic. See, that whole assassination attempt is sad, but I don't feel sorry for dude because he put it on himself. You put the risk on yourself. You survived it, but you have to remember they'll do it again. So it's no threat, no promise or nothing. It's just reality. If you do wrong the first time, they're not going to miss the second time. To me, it was a setup to make it look like he's the hero, but he's not because it's about money. Yeah, she's got the advantage. But you have to understand the people that Trump knows that you're going against a system that you called out years ago. So I don't see him winning again. And shouts out to Two Raw Steve say it's like a Teddy Roosevelt, but Trump's not gonna win that. No, they can't have a narcissistic person exposing their secrets and money. And hell, the guy from the other side of the so-called Holy Land, or should I say, those people, those Edomites, would not want him in there because he's bad for business. He tried to give secrets to China and Russia, and Trump is all over Rumble. They're pro-Trump on there. I get it. They're delusionals. But them idiots ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna get their head knocked off, and it's over for them. They were Obama rejects. That's all they are. And Three Syllables mentioned that. I roasted him on that stream. But the streams that me and Cerulean talked about, it's profound. I watched every stream from Friday Special Madness, the ones I've watched when I went to bed last night, and all the nights I've watched and restudied what people's talk. This reminds me of 3 years ago, we was talking about this and we predicted half of the stuff that's going on now. It's a lot of changes. I told you, the panels with the females coming in, a lot of people try to say it started. No, it didn't. It's always been that. It's just you niggas is retarded and let people with this utilitarian blue pill concept destroy the spaces. That's why I don't respect the 2.0 manosphere, which it doesn't exist because when Kevin passed away, it was over for everybody. The niggas, you got two, Lop says 1, 3, no, it's 2. Because you got that nigga the prophet say he's 3.0 and y'all call yourself the brain trust. Y'all have 2 different beliefs. But you niggas so goddamn dumb, y'all not red pill. Y'all support BGS, and BGS know he made y'all. So how can you have a nigga that's saying he made y'all and I can't take y'all serious? I can't take them niggas serious. That's why people stop fucking with y'all and then y'all ain't getting no views. They get views off of bullshit. They said, this space is very small. No, it's not. It was small back in the day. No, it's not. It's gotten bigger because mainstream mainstream, what you call the white mainstream, I don't even call them white mainstream. I said that in one of those streams years ago. Ain't nothing white about them. No, because it doesn't exist. They only exist to people that don't know about these spaces. I can tell you about the real red pill space is people actually going against the system. That's a red pill mindset. And going against the system, going against the grain, we're talking about people that's dangerous to us. Relationships is a distraction. It's just a blue pill concept. Even though relationships are frugal, you know, if you want a red pill relationship, you got to be honest with each other and that's it. Everything else is secondary. Now, the kids, you teach them the truth. And children belong in marriages. True. But it's what type of marriage you want. Now, nuclear marriages do not work. They can, because I came out of a nuclear family because it was the best of 2. And it wasn't easy. It's tough. But a lot of kids, you don't see that days. They just want to be whores and vagabonds and shit to the system. And that's why you got a lot of these dudes got single moms. I understand. I have family members that's into that, but that lifestyle is dead. We got to get together and build that unit. It's nothing wrong having family. But these dudes, how they talk about it, they want to promote this baby mama culture, they would say. I call it a blue pill culture, by the way. And it doesn't work. That's why you got feminism and gynocracy. But they all part of this big umbrella where I always like to call it utilitarianism because it's very utilitarian. If you think about it, the utilitarian concepts of those 3, and shouts out to Mr. Z saying that years ago, and he was right. And I figured it out. And Surely saying the same thing. You still got to practice that shit. And yes, Kamala's going to give you more of it. What she's going to give you is the same shit like Obama and Biden. It's just the same shit. She said she gonna lock black men up. No, if you get locked up and want to be labeled as, you know what, she might give you a lighter sentence. You don't know what she gonna do. Yeah, but most niggas want to go in jail. These crash outs, these guys killing all types of babies, grandmamas. You think, I understand why she locked them up. We don't know that situation. Now, is it wrong? The innocence? Yeah, it's wrong what she did. But in reality, we don't know the situation. The guy might agree to go to jail. Most people want to go to jail. And I think drill rap is still dangerous. And she don't care if guys like drill rap. See, we got to change to move the other way and get righteous and move different. Because we can't be on TV. We love Trump. Those guys are coons, bro. Trump don't care about you niggas like that. You know, most of the time, like I said, he helped. No, he didn't. He helped the people that was in power, and he figured it out. And now, when he started changing, this is where he lost the election to Biden. They want him up out of there, but he was giving it to foreign donors, and it's just crazy, bro. I just don't see him winning again. The only way he's gonna win again, it has to be some miracle. But knowing the elections, you can't trust it. You can't trust the Republicans because they're gonna vote against him anyway. Yeah, he's got Democratic voters. Trump does. See, y'all think they just vote the same party. No, they vote different. I study that every time I've used to vote and or see it and study on the ground, both sides vote against each other. And y'all think Trump is conservative. No, he's a liberal. Most liberals are racist. That's why I don't care for the L and C shit. It doesn't matter. A conservative is not right wing. A conservative really is like a centrist. He's kind of like in the middle because it's different levels of conservatism. Conservatism don't always mean right wing, and they never represented it. As far as they go is in the middle, slightly right. But the ones lean towards the right, the racists, is liberals. Liberals are the most racist. They always understand what a conservative is saying. I don't view them as left and right. See, they trick y'all with that. That's a utilitarian talking point they use, and they got y'all. And I'm using the word utilitarian. That's what it's not true. A true leftist wouldn't have time for politics. He knows what's right for his beliefs, more like a Bernie Sanders. That's the true leftist or anarchist. Or like they exist. They're just underground. They don't run their mouths. They do it. The right just like to talk. That's why you got a lot of narcissists in politics, but they're bitches to social narcs. And what I mean by that, that's why you got a lot of utilitarian people, because they are very narcissistic people. They're the dumbest people in the world. That's why this country's still fucked up with that concept. That's why people getting locked up left and right. They preach this consequentialism and this shit, laws, ass backwards behavior, and they still don't. You can't trust him. Like I said, that guy, why they shot Trump? He was a supporter. He wasn't no leftist. No, he was one of them. See, Trump's got haters amongst him. Y'all don't get it. It's just like Obama had haters too. It's the same shit. And this is about young and old. I think Sergeant Willis P broke it down. It's the same concept. Nobody believes that shit no more. You have to look at elections as bullshit. Don't drink the Kool-Aid of left and right. It doesn't exist. I'm telling you, it's utilitarianism. It's a trap to control you. Look what's going on in North Korea. The guys in Africa stealing weapons. He can invade this country anytime he wants to. China, Russia's done. They have a lot of weaknesses. They're controlled by the same people that y'all bitch and complain about. And Trump don't give a fuck about no war. He cares about his money. That's proven. I get it. That's why he's a community narcissist. I would never vote for his bitch ass ever. I tell black people just don't vote at all. You know, especially the men. If you're smart, you really don't have a choice. But by default, no matter what color, race of women, like, and you hear this here first, stop blaming black females. Just blame all females for voting for Kamala. This is their shot. Let them have it. They want it that bad. We just got to fight for it. See, real men don't complain. We do. But voting for Trump ain't going to give you that. I'm just telling you right now, because 4 years I remember he was in there. He ain't gave me shit. You had to work for it. I know how he rolls. They said Democrats always black. It ain't got nothing to do with Democrats, Republicans, because they don't exist. They're controlled by somebody else. Once you become president, you don't have a say, really. Trump want to do what he wanted to do and went against them, and they want him up out of there. They was planning to get him up out of there then. The media didn't want him in there. So you can't trust these presidents today. Yeah, he's not going to win again. Like, it's too much. Trump did so much damage to the elite structure of his own counterpart. They're not going for that. It's about money. This is the reason why the assassination attempt was real. Inflation. A lot of people try to say Obama, but no, he created inflation. Bush did the same thing. That's why a lot of people didn't want Bush in there. Republicans care about is money. They don't care about the people. That conservatism is a hustle, right? I'm trying to tell y'all, liberals always lean towards the right as racist. They play the left-leaning nonsense. It's not real. And they always blame the left, and they're the ones act way worse than the left, and they lean towards the right, trying to preach you utilitarianism and all this other shit. That's why this country is so utilitarian. Liberalism is they cover. Capitalism is they cover. The every fabric of this country, they represent liberty and shit. Democracy is just a hustle. And so what's democracy? Democracy to me means conservatism. That's what it means. Mob rule. I conserve your rights. Yes, it's free for everybody. We're all equal and all that bullshit. You want to go to democracy, democratic countries, go to fucking Sweden, go to Switzerland. That's direct democracy, direct conservatism, and go to northern European countries. Go to them countries and see how that feels. Nobody likes that. Western civilization has nothing to do with democracy. It always has to deal with utilitarian concepts. It's always been that way. That's why when England got destroyed, this shit is secular. That's why you got a lot of stupid ass idolatrous, what you call religious today. There's still idolatries all around you. And then you wonder why people get destroyed in the church, worshiping damn idols that you have no business worshiping. And then you wonder why people are fucked up. That's why these spaces, what you see today, they pretend to be red pill, they're actually blue pill the whole time. They don't practice red pill thought. Red pill has nothing to do with relationships. Never was, never will be. Relationships is a blue pill concept. These, what you call microwave relationships, those are not real. You want a relationship and marriage, it has to be genuine. Because blue pill relationship is those fake 50-50s, these old style Disney World like blue pill utilitarian relationships, they don't last. And most people rather sleep around, and it showed you in the pandemic. Everybody want to be adulterous. That's their thing. And I understand that they're losers like that, and I understand why people don't like marriage. That's why these dudes don't like marriage either, but they need to stop participating in the relationship talks and blue pill behavior. Red pill's about not just, just figuring out just how to fight this system that's corrupt. You can have a balanced relationship. You just got to be mindful and teach your kids the truth. That's the definition of red pill. Red pill means go against the grain. Change what's wrong with your relationships and yourself individually first, then the relationship comes, and marriages and all that. I am not pro marriage or relationships by no means. It's always going to come second. You got to earn that. Now, if you're like a holy man like me, serving Yah, you would know that. It's not wrong with families. It's just you got to be mindful, teach them the truth about societies. Everybody's not on the same wavelength. And I learned that in these spaces, they don't preach family. And the reason they don't preach family, they're blue pilled. They like destructiveness because family is a rewarding factor. Probably a second or third manhood. First manhood is know who you are. Second, do you want a structure in society? And third, do you want family? So I'm not tripping off of family. That will come. That takes patience, a little bit of humility, and learn to be self-preserved. But today's society, they don't care about that. They want the fast, casual sex as they must. And that's why OF exists. But a lot of people get caught up in these systems and these relationship fake talks, and they're not really about that. I just don't see people, yeah, I'm live. I hit that by accident. Sorry about that. See people getting back together like that, because most people, when they talk about these panels and these podcasts, and they try to say they red pill, they're not red pill podcasts. To me, they're blue pill, talking the same old shit. What's wrong with the men? And it's the same bullshit when feminism came. They just want to be bitches, man. This is why I don't like these spaces like that, because Mansfield was never like that. We was anti-feminism, anti-utilitarianism, we was anti what it brings. Complaining about these females is dumb, bro. Let them live their life. They don't know what they want anyway. Stop calling them women. They aren't really women. They want to be whores, bro. They said from day one. They said this years ago on YouTube. That's why Cynthia G, she used male talking points. I think Dre mentioned that in the stream. She was in the conscious community. It don't matter. She was a lame anyway. Most of them niggas wasn't shit in the conscious community. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Y'all niggas wasn't leaders. It was a good chunk of y'all, but the best ones I listened to was Brother Dawu, rest in peace. And he was cool with Duke Tears. Shouts out to him. I listened to his stuff. Him and Bobby Hemming. Those are the only three occultists I learned how the world works and shit. But they was on that type of time back in the day. If you listen to their shit, talking about how to, grow your own stuff, meditate, all that stuff. Yeah, I listen to the Young One and Hezekiah with the scriptures. You put that together, you got something. I was that guy. I was that guy in real life. When I was a Christian, I was like an evangelist type. I was teaching, quoting scriptures, reading scriptures, living by them, the best of my ability. But the idolatry I had to get pulled away from because it was nothing there. So I had to change my frame of thinking, and it took time. But YouTube, I used that as a platform with this channel, because the old channel, I tried to mix the two and I couldn't do that. So I know what happened to me then. But this channel was a replacement of that. And I ain't gonna get that old channel back. I probably will never will, because I said too much. But this one, I'm trying to be careful because I already got others speaking for me, because my knowledge is gonna spread across. I do something different, drop a little current events, drop a little science there and there. But I'm trying to tell you, most people that in these blue pill spaces pretend to be red pill, trying to be purple pillish, they're really blue pill the whole time. They don't care about getting results for females. No, these guys are bums, man. Relationships is a tool like everything else. I just don't see people coming out of these spaces righteous. I just don't see it. And they said, why is it blue pill the whole time? Because it's always been. It is somewhat of a matrix. That's why we got location devices. They know where you are. You can't really do much. You have to move different on the internet, and not just in person, but on the internet too. Because everybody's using it outside. And world class is correct. Yes, they're using it outside. You got a lot of bums out here talking the most shit, think they better than somebody, which they're not. They're fucking losers, man. That's why KS is what he was. Yes, I say he was a narc. He is one. He ain't telling you the truth. He had a lot of failed relationships. I'm not listening to a man like that. And I never was subscribed to him. I never fucked with him, because I had issues with him and them niggas in the 2.0 manosphere spaces. And they're not really authentic like that. I don't like nobody, really. I like the few people they follow, they're decent. But the ones that I couldn't stand, their main leaders, they just had dogmatic bullshit views. And I'm glad I don't fuck with them like that. I never did. I just looked at their content was decent, but after that, what else can you do? It's no hate, it's just what it is. I tried 3 years ago. I tried 4 years ago. Wasn't for me, but like I said, you ain't ripping. Yes, I am. I'm not talking about no relationships. I'm not talking about bullshit that doesn't matter. We know what's on the so-called women. That I call them females. Those are not women. Women wouldn't act like that. They don't be online. They wouldn't need this damn shit. They outside doing anything. The only thing they got if they in the socials is Facebook. And that's even fucked up, even though they own it. And they turn that shit off. But they don't mess with X. They don't mess with Instagram, because you got a lot of whores on there. I said it. No real woman is on Instagram and X, which y'all call formerly known as Twitter. They ain't on there. Now, you want to see some excitement, go to Telegram and Reddit. Other than that, the internet is just dead, bro. It's always been like that. It had a dead spot before the pandemic. But you gotta understand, a lot of these females are gonna do what they're gonna do. So-called women, but they're females. They do not like the fact they get getting called out by other angles. Yeah, I watch shows and things like that nature, but I don't view them as the women thing. So women have responsibility. What a woman mean to me? She's responsible. A little educated. She don't have to be superly educated, but just be herself. Just don't follow others. Lots of, they're not your fault. No, they follow directions for good leaders. That's when it make them good followers. Now they bad followers. They lost the woman card. Only females follow bullshit. Women don't. Now, in the scriptures, they said woman, they misquoted, they added, it should say females follow such and such. That's what it should say. That's their makeup, right? But you got to understand about them, though. You know, they don't deserve to be a woman. I call them modern females. That's what they are to me. They're not women. These females going to do what they're going to do. We're just saying it in general. Not saying every single female, but everybody, like the ones that's not every single female, those are real women. They ain't got time to be on panels arguing with dudes and strangers, especially if married. I don't talk to married women, no way. Ain't nothing special about no married woman. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. They're just another woman, happily married. I respect the couple. I gotta see both the couples. That's it. I don't care for her like that. I'm not gonna subscribe to a married woman. Period. Especially on this platform. Hell no. If she's a content creator, I respect her, you know? But I'm not gonna comment on her shit all the time. And that's a good thing. She's taken. I leave her alone. Ain't nothing special about her. Like I said, is this special about a married man? Not so much either. But if he has a good head on show, we respect him. That's a gender thing. We're gonna be gender biased on that. That's one bias we can say. But in reality, the man don't have to flaunt himself like that. If he doesn't reveal himself too much, same with women, y'all have to have balance. Both of y'all can be all right. It's just I hate the fact these dudes prop up these females like, dude, they're not all that. And even if they're married or not, I'm not gonna big them up no way. That's not what my channel's about. I'm trying to tell the men stop complaining about them. Let society destroy them, and we already got more pick of the litter, no matter if they're your age or not, or a little older. It's just, are they willing? The Pop of the Balloon show is a great example of the blue pill behavior. It's retarded. I don't like the show either. And I see a lot of weird reaction channels. They have a blue pill mindset. What's this boy? Xavier TV. He's a young man. He's 23. He's a Christian. He's into idolatry. But he know idolatry is religion. He should know that. Why are you a Christian talking like that and supporting dating shows and shit? See, I don't get his type. This generation has been food. He said, we're better. No, you're not. You're immature. You're not even my age. If you're my age, you wouldn't act like that. You have a different outlook. He won't be saying that when he's my age. He'll start looking at the world very different and look at the scriptures different and learn from himself. You can't be teaching that Christian dogma nonsense. You gotta have good criticism on this platform. See, reaction channels, some of them are decent. The best one I already told you is the guy that played basketball. He was good. He was funny as hell. His name was Soul Illuminati. He's probably the better of everybody else. He used 2K catchphrases, and it's just hilarious. And then when I watched him then, I would say from 2017 at the time when he was like 350,000 to 1 million. I watched this shit grew. After that, he was explosive, man. He had a good run. I know he's on Kick and everything, but it's a lot of good reaction channels. It's a handful. I ain't gonna say it's a lot, it's a handful. But the rest of them is just trash, man. And I say how they talk. They talk the same way like this nigga. One sound like Cuda. What's his name? Dat Boy Will. I know that they're both same zodiac sign. He said he was a Capricorn. I don't know if he's a Decem Cap or a Jan Cap. The other one's a Jan Cap. We already know Cuda's a Jan Cap. He said his birthday is January 8th. But this dude, I don't know if he's a Jan Cap or a Decem Cap. I don't know if he's a Gilbert Arenas or a LeBron James. And the reason I put their names like that is, why you mean that, sir? They're both Capricorns. I know it's a dark sign, but they also hold a lot of secrets. They're not bad. They're just earth signs that hold a lot of little secrets of there and there. They're particular people. They always trying to say everybody else would know. Y'all particular too. And y'all part of the Capricorn, the goat symbol. But you know, I don't get into the Gregorian zodiacs like that. I understand it. I just go by characteristics. I don't care about that planetary shit. That's when the females try to use zodiac, they use the planetary bullshit on like, man, I don't want to hear these planetary signs. Get out of here with that. You are the sign what you're born with. I just want to know about your characteristics, how you act. And I'm not gonna pick it based off zodiac. I'm just gonna pick. It don't matter what zodiac sign if I date or be in a relationship or married to. I gotta see if your head is on straight, for one, and you can deal with that. But I don't get obsessed with it like that. I tried that one time 3 years ago. It was cool, just the educational, the characteristic sides. And then it's just people wasn't feeling it, and I had to change it. I said, nah, you'll see them streams. But it was educational. It wasn't really too deep about that. But it goes to show you. But Doughboy reminds me of Cuda, man. It's people that think like him. I found like 6 people like him. Everybody else is just different. I told you about the boy Xavier, right? TV, y'all ever watch him? He's kind of balanced to me. And he has a little simpish behavior. He tries to say he got game. Dude, you ain't got no game. You just a simp to have less game. Game is basically finessing. A lot of people try to say, what's game? Game's finessing. I told Complex and all these bitch ass niggas that used to be over there hanging with not so, I'll call him Long Tested. Now he looked like Eddie Long. That's funny on World Class is live stream. Someone called him look like Eddie Long. It was Big Mike. Shouts to Big Mike for saying that on the panel. When World Class had the other stream about what's his name, Hammy, Team Hammy. You know what I mean by Team Hammy? They said, sir, who you mean by Team Hammy? You know, say no to fatty foods. That's his new nickname for now. I call him Team Hammy. He loves ham. And World Class called him a hamster on the side of his face, and that's funny as shit. But that's Team Hammy. Team Hammy. Who's Team Hammy? That, you know who I'm talking about? That nigga, the weirdo. And Fenty Boy, aka Longtastic. It's crazy, man. But these weirdos, man, I try to tell them, and they hate the word game. Game means finesse. You got to finesse these women out of the box. You want the box, you want the pussy, hey, go ahead. Do what you got to do. And a lot of dudes, it takes a mouthpiece, it takes charisma, it takes aura. I got all that. You know, I can hold a conversation. Every female is different. They don't want the same shit. And I dealt with those that were when I was in the workplace, out of the workplace, when I had a lot of hair on my head. I don't have now, but it don't matter. I can still pull them without even trying. My aura alone in the conversation exudes that. Yes, I got the aesthetics and height. That's cool, but that ain't nothing special. Everybody trying to, but you gotta have that personality. And he tried to say looks matter. Well, young man, looks does not fucking matter. It only matters to little boys like y'all from, I'll say 13 to 17 age range. See, he has that mindset. Most 20-year-olds have a mindset of the 13 to 17-year-old age mindset. They think like teenagers. I'm sorry to say it. Most people are think like teenagers. Me, I was more mature. I've been around grown folks that I have an advanced mind. So at 25, I was already there. I know what is what and then know how to discern. These guys that's thirsty for the females, and he said he have game. No, you just had less game. No real actions with a female, no conversation. You ain't saying nothing. He's one of those. That's why I think of him. And plus, if he's from California, they definitely don't have no game. I'm just gonna keep it real. They're surrounded by pretty women. Pretty women are overrated, bro. They get ran through every day. I've seen this where I come from in the South, especially in Tennessee and Georgia. So in Tennessee, in my youth, a lot of them get destroyed. Saw this in middle school and high school. And then after that, they're trash. We all grew up around them. Down here, same shit. Difference is they got more resources. You see a lot. Even when I was on the job for 2 years there in the dealership, I saw all types of hoes, man. You can ask me anything. I done seen it all, man. Good conversations because they want to get away from their weak ass baby daddy. That's a simp. Most of them are simps anyway. 90% of baby daddies are simps. That dudes complain about. They're bitch ass niggas like them too in real life. They're not really that tough. They always get killed every day. They get murdered every day, and they don't live long. Now the ones that's kind of strong, like a Ray type, yeah, they do time for like at least 15 to 20 years. Some of them do 5. Depends on if they're in gang stuff. But most of these dudes are simps. 95% of them are simps. And I try to tell these niggas 3 years ago, they're all simps like you. That's why they come to these sorry ass spaces, and they're not the toughest of the toughest. The toughest dude don't be online. See, Zip is rare. He done been in prison. I want to bring it back to Zip where I mentioned earlier in the stream. He's a rare specimen. And yes, he did some bad shit. He admitted he ain't perfect. And shouts out to him. Good channel, entertainment. But he said them niggas up north be lying. So when a guy's big, yes, he's right. They do bleed a lot. The muscle boundary, they do bleed a lot. They do get fucked up. Don't let it get it twisted. And 10 toes need to be quiet. He all you want to say, I want to grab. He can't fight, really. That proves it. Most big guys think they can fight, but most of them can't. I've seen them get tagged too. It's not about the height and the size department. It's the girth size. See, a thin man that's short is dangerous. Even a tall thin man is dangerous. They got objects. There's no rules in fighting. There's no rules in bloodshed. But you got niggas on these sorry ass spaces think they tough, and they're not really about that. It's just like the filthy section. It's the same shit. All that stems from is old beasts. They go back to the days of old YouTube. And math is incorrect. That shit started in my time when I came on YouTube. When I was on YouTube years ago when I was a young man, I'm a little older now, but I'm in my 30s, approaching 40 land, but I'm still considered young. I ain't 70 yet. So I still got enough youth left. The threshold youth is the older youth is when you're 40 to 60, you know, retirement age and all that. But once you're 70, you ain't got time to be on this shit. I'll tell you that right now. Most dudes in their 40s should have a hobby by this point. I already have a hobby. I'm good on that. But when I listen to these younger guys that follow these weird old bitch ass niggas of my age group and above and somewhere behind me, fuck the majority of them on here. They're not real people. They wouldn't last with their own peers. They get popped every day and they always complain about, baby daddies get all good. No, they don't. He's a simp just like you. And they come in these damn spaces pretending to be masculine and they're not. They are all beta males like you. Boys. But got issues of seeing shit. See, I say utilitarian shit. I try to tell you the street shit is different when you're dealing with different people. Yeah, hood niggas are different than street dudes, but they're really the same. They're really similar. The only difference is I would say is their cadence, how they deal with the neighborhood, their neighborhood, somewhat of a bully or not, or somewhat like a person that lived that lifestyle. But you got to remember, a street dude is reckless. He's a beast out here. He's like a wild animal in the field, terrorizing, doing destructive things, right? But you got to remember, a hood dude is just a laid back, chill dude. Sometimes he does some Ray shit. But if you have a Pookie, and I mentioned this on 3 years ago on certain live streams on probably Special Madness, and I told this to I think this guy named is Enhanced Utility. I said Pookie just means lame. The etymology of Pookie just means lame. It don't mean nothing positive about it. But if you watch the First Time Felon with Omar Epps, they blew his brains out. They blew his chest and his head or whatever. No, they shot him in the chest, fucked him up bad, but he was a rat, right? The street shit. He was a vice lord, right? Watch that movie. It's on YouTube for free. It's an hour. They got caught with the drug shit, right? But you pay attention what Pookie was, he couldn't deal with that prison life. When he went to Stateville, he ratted. That was illegal back then. Now, people telling on each other freely, but what's the point of calling him a snitch or a rat now? It don't matter. It's like I told you, this society is so utilitarian ass backwards. That's why you got a lot of narcissistic males that's like that. Most Pookies are narcissists. They think they're better than everybody. A rat is a narcissist, a narcissistic creature. Thinks for himself. He don't care about nobody but himself. He care about that little cheese in his mouth. Like a stupid ass little gerbil. You can kill that motherfucker. He belongs in the dirt. They said, why are you calling Trump a rat? He is one. Can't trust him. Fuck him. I couldn't trust KS. And shouts out to Cerulean, call him suspicious. Saying he was very suspicious. He was a freak. Couldn't fuck with that dude. You crazy. And the term high value is not regular about that. Most real men will never call themselves high value. Only a same-sexual man will call himself high value. I understand. See, people misuse the word high value. I'm going to break that down. That's for same-sexual men. Only they could call themselves that. See, that's what's wrong with Xavier. He has to be careful what he says on his videos. Because in the future, they're going to look at that. That's man, that's suspect what you just said. Like, he ain't high value. He has to have looks. That's some sexual shit right there. Men are masculine. Men don't have to look pretty. That's for the females. Handsome can be anything. Decent looking, like regular. You don't have to be pretty. Looks neat. You know, you don't have to be neat in the face, but neat in everywhere else. That's why a man is unique. He don't have to have glitz and he's not a glazing ass cake. And I know New York people, Harlem people say pause on that, on pause on that, but I'm just saying, but get to the point. I'm saying don't call yourself that because when a same sexual person or a gay person will say that, he'll look at you like you crazy. Only they call themselves that. Even T people, what you would call them, creatures. Well, I call them the creature people. They look at you like you swing that way. I see a lot of people using Teach Henley. That's cool, but drink enough water behind that Teach Henley. Most of y'all shit is dry. Wash your face, eat the right stuff. Your face will look more shinier than that shit on with those chemicals. I'm just saying, that's just me. I don't do that shit. If I have money, I want to do the right shit that's gonna work for me. I ain't gonna sponsor Teach Henley's goofy ass. For them white people that look nasty. Our people just ignorant. Just wash damn face, clean your melanin, eat the right stuff, and you'll look clear in that dark brown melanin skin of yours. Be majestic. Get your hair right, get everything right. I'm trying to get right, but you know, I ain't in the mood, but you know, I have my own priorities. But I am gonna get right. If I had that type of money, but I don't. But I'm working on it, but you know, I'm building myself to establish what I need. So, but these dudes, they ain't talking about no improvement. But you got guys like that in these spaces saying, well, red pill's always been about relationships. No, it's not. I heard Duke the Don crashed out over some pussy, man. He was simping. He ain't red pill. I knew he was blue pill. I knew he crashed. Shots up for Tampa saying I saw the whole thing on Old Girl's channel. He's a crash. He's crazy, bro. But like back to what I'm saying about these boys, man, like that HVM is some suspect shit. I never called myself that. No, it's no such thing as a high value man or male. That applies to same sexuals. They only use shit like that. But you got to be careful, fellas. Don't use that because the society's still turning their ass backwards. They want to check you out. It's a sexual urge that these dudes have. But pay attention what time it is. Nothing personal. It's called how I see it. But y'all gotta understand the world don't work that way. Just be righteous and be good. That's all. But it's nothing personal. It's just you gotta live your life and be right. But it's not an issue. So again, you know, I understand people are fucked up out here. I know they delirious in thought, but you gotta understand this world is cooked right now. So everybody's tripping about Kamala being the next thing and all that. I'm not tripping off of that. That's done by design. I believe a lot of dudes need to stop worrying about females. Get on your shit and get on your grind, live your life, and don't worry about it. Because like Cerulean, us, we all said 3 years ago, men got to get it out of the mud and do what you do and don't complain. Like I said, dereliction is a day-to-day fight. Yes, niggas got short-term memories, but I'm gonna remind niggas, I'm the nigga that's gonna remind you, y'all wasn't shit. That's my problem. But I've always been that way. I can't be like that. I know niggas gonna fit. I don't care about them niggas. They got short-term memories. I ain't that. I ain't on drugs. I ain't slow. I ain't derelict like that. I have my own little dereliction, but I fight it, but I admit it, own up to it, and that's it. Even the shit I did with those fellas over there, shouts out to them, but there's no hate over here. And I'm not bragging. I'm not begging either for attention. But you got a lot of dudes get caught up like that. And that's why I don't deal with a lot of niggas on panels no more. I just like let them have it because they saying the same shit over and over again. And speaking of which, APTV called that girl sexy head. That's funny. I call her I know she known as Red, but what's her name? I can't call her Miss Piggy. That's her avatar. But damn, I gotta give her a nickname because I gotta give her a nickname because she's a trip right now. She's going after Big J Triple X. That's what he needs to stop simping, Big J. You want some pussy? Ain't nobody like Big J. I'm just telling y'all right now. I just left that nigga alone, bro. What's her name? I gotta give her a nickname. I gotta call her. I can't use Piggy. What rhymes with Piggy? I gotta come up with something. I'm just gonna call her Little Red. Yeah, Little Red was going in on. Yeah, I'm gonna call that for now. I'm gonna give her a new nickname in the future, but I'll think about it. But Little Red was going in on Mr. Triple X, right? He called himself BJ. Keep that in mind. Why you name your screen name Triple X? And then he said he used to be part of the MGTOW and the Manosphere, the mainstream Manosphere with Kuda in them, right? I know his background. He told on himself. And then when I look at what Little Red said, you know, she's known as Sexy Red. Y'all go subscribe and support or whatever. She's a little entertaining. And Red's always got that weird attitude, like, you don't protect me enough. That's a tactic, what she does. I saw right through that on Platinums years ago. I knew she was known as Renaissance. I know her history more than anybody. I was there. It's just Mr. Triple X, man, you just destroyed by her, bro. She got you. Not gonna argue with your ass, but she's basically calling him a simp. Everybody's been on his head about that. That's been like that 3 years ago. He got destroyed by SKC and them. They was tired of that nigga. They pulled his whole card, and then when a woman did it, one of his own, he's done. I can't say nothing about it. I saw the stream. Was it yesterday? Oh, it was over. I had fun last week. World Class was getting on the niggas I can't stand, and Little Red, aka Sexy Red, done body old boy, man. What is fucking going on? Like I tell you, y'all niggas desperate. Y'all need content. But see, this is blue pill bullshit. Y'all pretend they're the Rim Brothers. No, they're the Bim Brothers. Who Bim Brothers? Blue pill incel manosphere. That's what I'm gonna call them. I ain't gonna call them red incel man. No, there's no rim. They're bims. They're bums. I don't even want to use the word incel because that's their followers. Oblivion got the incels, not these losers. You know what these are? These guys are bums. Blue pill utilitarian males. Bums. We're gonna make an acronym. Blue pill utilitarian male suspects. That's what they are. That's what they are. AKA trims, by the way. Transracial international males. Yeah. Trims. Fuck out of here. They're not Rim Brothers. They're Bims. They're bums. I call them the Bum Brothers. And they said, "Why you call them utilitarian, sir?" Because they are. They're sissies. They hate females all day. That's whack, man. I understand y'all can't get no pussy. That's what it's really about. It's not even about the agenda. It's sexual with these dudes. That's why they're weirdos. That's why the feds don't care. They're weirdos. They're gonna die off in the casket. That's where they belong. I can't stand them niggas, bro. That's why that shit is so played out. That is so 2020 to 2022. That shit died, bro. And these females laughing and cussing them out on X and Twitter. Y'all, if y'all have a Twitter account, just listen to what they be saying. Listen to what the hoes saying about these niggas, bro. Who's in their DMs. And they get caught. If I see one of you niggas flirting with, no matter if she's plus size or not, they gonna cook your ass. They already coming into spaces to hear what y'all talking about. You got everybody's attention. See, y'all ain't make the internet popping. They just gonna see how ignorant you sound. And that's the whole thing about the internet. They have to understand algorithms don't mean shit. That's just applied to certain shit you're talking about. But you got to get to a point. These guys have ruined it. They've ruined it. Sinus is acted up on my left side of my ear, but I'll get that later. Might rain a little bit. I ain't got too long, but I don't get dressed. And, you know, I had to come out here this morning. I mean, man, these dudes is weird, bro. And it's just crazy, man. Yeah, I talked about Trump, Zip, and He made a response to Math Hoffa's podcast. It's entertaining, but I saw 10 Toes Down, a clown, right? I don't care for him though, but he's entertaining in some aspect. But I don't follow his channel. I just listen to bullshit he be saying about Zip. I said, man, this dude be lying his ass off, man. He did one with Panda. I subscribed to Panda Chop, but 10, all 16, I saw his long hour, 5 hour video on him on the interview. And Bullet Scotty was mad and everybody was mad. And Zip don't even fuck with none of them. But Zip be telling the truth. Yeah, Math did get pistol whipped by his homeboy, Lock Guns, or something like that. He said that, and I think Zip's video got flagged from that. I don't know if y'all can find it, but it's on the deleted videos on the internet if you find it, or live streams. But he exposed Math. Now, Math responded what was going on, what Zip said. He's triggered. So Math's got a good show. He has all the grace. And that's it. They're ruining it by their presence. Yeah. It's just like, I don't understand. If Math Hoffa is so great, why don't he just, we already know he's Vlad Hoffa. Somebody call him Vlad Hoffa, you know, in the comments. He needs to own up to that. And that's why what he is. So it's my left inner ear. I'm all right, but I'm glad it's summer. Everything comes out of your body. You know, the sinuses go away, it just dries up, falls out. I know it's disgusting to hear, but I'm just saying, but like these niggas, they get on my nerves. I could have a whole cleansing service messing with them. But Math said something very telling. He said, hey, nobody out here playing. Math, you need to be quiet. You be playing with niggas and then they popped your ass in real life. You need to be quiet and stick to the topics and just do his podcast. See, that's why I hate podcasters. I'm going to talk shit about them on a vlog stream, how pathetic they are. Podcasters are the weakest people that can't deal with people. You got a lot of narcissistic people in the podcast world. That goes for both genders. I've noticed this on every podcast. Back years ago, from 2003, I'll say 2017, it was not as this bad. So around 2018 to now, I see a lot of regurgitating bullshit from relationship podcasts. They are garbage, by the way. Now, if it's a sports podcast of your favorite athlete, they're decent. But once they get into talking about relationships, that's when it goes left. That's all these females talk about is relationships, this and that, and they losers like these dudes. And it's just nothing but a damn soap. I hate soap operas. Now, as a kid, I used to entertain as a child, learn about them, but they're lame, bro. See, kids, we don't know about that. We learn about genders, right? Once I got to be up in age as a teenager, that shit is trash. That's not real life. Until we deal the peer pressures of dealing with these females and these girls, we know what they're all about, learn about people. And once we get older, like when we get to high school age, everybody wants to be on their back like a cockroach. There's a meme on these OnlyFans whores out there. They said they're just like, and someone said they're like cockroaches on the bed. There's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. Yeah, it's some truth to that. It's just you gotta stop. You gotta stop looking at it like that. Now, I knew YouTube was trash after 2012. Before, it was straight, but now it's just like the podcast has gotten retarded and stupid. I don't like none of them, to be honest with you. I like a few when if it's sports related. If we're saying like a Rasheed Wallace or those guys that played a lot, I'll listen to that, but I will never listen to no relationship podcast. I ain't got no favorites. Most of them all the same, blue pilled as hell. They hate females, and you got females hating males, you know, boys, and they love them. They love each other. They're pathetic, but don't like real men and women. It's a battle between the real men and the women that care. The red pill space is a mixture of everything. It's not just relationships. No, it's the fabric of survival of your somewhat humanity, your sanity. So again, yeah, sipping podcast, yeah, and that's all they doing just to get pussy, you know. And I learned this years ago. It's okay. Let me tell you something. It's okay to have gear. I get, and I try to tell the prophet, it's cool. But here's a secret about media. If you have all that, that's cool. But why in the fuck y'all want to talk about relationships? Talk about something educational. Drop some science. But see, that don't make money to these societies like that, right? See, if you really want to be red pill, go against the grain. See, if you notice, the so-called white people podcast, they talk about the same bullshit too. But if they're talking about political shit, that's cool. And most of that shit turns into a relationship podcast. It gets retarded. I've seen a few good ones on their side, but the rest of them is garbage too. Now, if you're talking about a health podcast, that's even better. It's not that many because podcasts want to get technical. The medical and the fitness stuff is worth listening to by certain people, but people don't understand. If you want a real podcast, you want to talk about all subjects, you got to be well-rounded in your thinking. And not only that, you got to do some of the stuff. Now, me, I can talk about various things on the podcast. I can have conversations. We talk about source. Ours was like a streaming, live stream podcast. Like most of them, you got anything, it was online. But if it was offline, we was in a studio together, we'd be talking about various things and how we live our lives. That's it. But I have to do that. But those guys did it in a way that makes sense. I mean, exists. But these guys today, you know, when they talk about these relationship podcast channels I done seen on YouTube and other various websites, especially X Spaces, known as Twitter Spaces, it's getting out of hand. But that live stream from Instagram changed the game. You know why live stream Instagram lives were the thing back then when Instagram was a standard? Live stream became a thing, and they kind of ruined the internet as we know it today. The reason why I blame Instagram was a forefather of that. And then afterwards, it went downhill. That's why TikTok exists. I call it shit talk. Yeah, but podcasts is a main label's been around a long time, and it's fucking stupid. You ask me, but you got to understand they did this on purpose so they can control a certain male sector, the real men, to not teach this truth. But you got a lot of females out here talking shit, same old rigmarole and all that stuff. But the balloon show is worse. It is the worst. And then you got these reactionary channels and these podcast channels talk about this stuff. It's just dumb. Like at this point, I'm sick of it. I mean, I entertained it for, I'll say 3 years ago. I ain't stopped live streaming, just me and myself. But afterwards, when you do all these long live streams, it's just ridiculous, man. Like nobody wants to deal with that. Yeah, you can stream and it's content, but when we talk about podcasts, that be like 5 hours long. And if y'all in the studio talking about the same old shit, it's just, it gets redundant after time. I don't even watch the shit. I just look at them like, okay. But you know, that's for the young people to know that females do act like that. Now I told you about this boy, Dat Boy Will. He reminds me of Kuda. Same cadence at all. I said, what the fuck is going on here? Are they all sound the same? I was like, shit. But it makes sense who they are, you know, and I can't say nothing about him. You know, he says he's got what, 3 kids, but he's not legally married based off the ring. I understand that, but to me, that's kind of backwards. You might as well marry it if you got 3 kids. And let me tell you a secret: most people take their wedding rings off after they're married. If you're looking at other women, that's happened to. Shouts out to oh boy, you know Dre saying that. And my dad, I think he stopped wearing his wedding ring years ago. He told my mom made up this lie, allergic to wedding rings, and she stopped wearing hers too, but she didn't leave them. Thought that was interesting. And this is coming from a person that comes from a nuclear family. It's telling you that. So what's the point? Just have the paperwork and say y'all married on paper if you're gonna do that. And said, "Oh, she gets to leave because I don't want to get the system." No, nigga, why you got 3 kids in the house? You can't just, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna still put you on child support if you ain't legally married to it, because they trying to say that's against the law if you don't marry. I think Kamala and these females are trying to push that. I bet you that's her mission statement. If you just live in the house with her and not marrying her, they're gonna try to lock your ass up, man. If I was Will, I'd be careful, man. Like my uncle did it for years. My dad's youngest brother, and my mom said that's stupid. He didn't even have the paperwork of that. It is kind of dumb, but that's his thing. Hey, live your life. But watch that will change very quickly. I'm just gonna say it ain't gonna happen, but you'll hear something about that. Now the new AIDS is the C virus. I think Dre said that, and it's becoming a thing now. So y'all gotta take care of yourselves out here, man. They ain't playing with y'all. But shouts out to everybody, man. Shouts out to Wacky, APTV, Khalid Bell, who else? Shannon, long time no see. Shouts out to Timbers. Shouts out to everybody, man. Like, I just had to get this off my chest. I could have talked about this last week, and I said, these guys been blue pilled the whole time. They pretend to be red pill spaces, but they have the relationship concepts that are so utilitarian. Like, I cannot deal with that. We talked about this, 3 years ago? These guys struggle with females, and that's all they talk about. It gets draining. It was cool. To me, it was like understanding and all that, but they didn't have no solutions to deal with the problem. My solution, I tell them, is just ignore them. Even prostitutes and these harlots out here, ignore them. That's the best thing you do as a man, and walk away. They don't see these dudes. They got a little sass to them, like, oh boy, Aaron on the Balloon Show, and Brian did it right. He was calm, swift, out of there. The light skin, from New Orleans. That's viral. He didn't have to be on that show. And he said he was about to be 41, in 2 months? And he's got a 19-year-old daughter. Saying something. That's saying something. And a lot of those females act like whores, and they're not even qualified. So yeah, let me head on back in, man. Like it's been real. I'll do this next time, and we'll talk further about these podcasts. We're gonna destroy them a little bit on these blog streams. I'm gonna talk about more about that in the future. Why they are detriment to certain males, and you pick wisely who you listen to. So with that, shalom to the people of Israel and the Gentiles as always. Shalom to y'all as well. Pray to the east, to the Most High Yah as always. As well, shalom. Until next time. And I'm signing off and I'm out.